All right, guys, we are going to go through 3 different styles of chargers for charging a Tesla. The first one we're going to go over is, since I already have it plugged in, is the Tesla home charger, which is this guy right over here. They're about $500, and you can basically install these yourself or hire an electrician. But you will need to know how to replace 2-pole breaker, which is basically a dryer plug, and you have to buy, probably if you don't have one, a 2-pole 60 amp breaker. So basically you wire this up, and this is what it looks like when it's charging. And of course it comes with your regular Tesla plug, as you see. This is the one that comes with the car, but it looks the same. And then what's cool is it has a place where you can just hang it right on the outside, just like your regular destination charger. So let's go ahead and take a look at, see how fast we're charging. All right, we're charging at 8 kilowatts, 32 amp, 242 volts. And let's see here. Let's see how fast we're charging. Doesn't say. Normally it's about 30 miles an hour, but it's not showing that. So I'm gonna have to show it on my app. 78%, and then we're gonna go ahead and switch over. I don't know why it's not. Let me shut the door. Maybe that's the problem here. All right. Why is that switching? Oh, there we go. All right. I had to switch it over from percentage. So we're charging at 33 miles an hour. We just added 17 miles and 32 amp, 241 volts. And to charge battery 100%, it is going to take how many minutes here? It usually says how many minutes. I don't know what I'm doing, but 100% charge. Anyway, it'll show on the app, but this is basically what it looks like when you're charging at home. This is probably the fastest way you can charge at your house. Let's go ahead and stop the charging, and we're going to go ahead and switch over to the other plug. So this is the Tesla home charger. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and switch over to the regular 220. If you have a regular, this is what comes with the Tesla. I just hooked it up to a 30 amp 2-pole breaker, which is, I think, where is it? Right here. This is 2-pole 30 amp. This is the same thing we use for the Nissan Leaf. So we're going to go ahead and plug that in, and we're going to start charging. Let's see what we got here. All right. Now we're charging at, looks like 3 kilowatts, 12 amp, 240 volt. Now I'm going to switch over to miles. So we're charging at 11 miles an hour, 12 amp, 243 volts. So you can see it's going to take a lot longer to charge using that. So, okay, now we're going to switch over to the slow, very slow 110. I'm going to put this in the adapter, and we're going to switch over to the 110. So let's see what that looks like. Stop charging. So basically all you have to do is you take your Tesla wall charger just unplug it, and then you pull that out, stick in your 110 charger like so, and then I'm just gonna plug it in right there. So basically it's the same charger. I'm adapted it to 110 instead of 220. So it's turning blue. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug it, plug it back in, see if it turns green. There we go. Just turned green. Let's go see how fast we're charging. Now this is the slowest way to charge at your house, but you can still charge. See, we're charging at about 4 miles an hour. So, I mean, you can get away with this because you figure if you park this for 8 or 10 hours, you know, that's still going to give you up to 40 miles just overnight. So if you don't take off early in the morning, say you wait till noon, you could get 50, 60 miles. And most people don't drive 50 or 60 miles a day. So you can get away with the 110. Let's go ahead and put it over to percentage. So 1 kilowatt, 12 amp, 120 volt. So that's basically what you're looking at. If you want to, basically, this is what they give you when you buy your Tesla. But if you buy an adapter like this, 220, you don't have to buy really anything additional. Just buy the plug. I bought the plug kit, so you have like a bunch of different 220 adapters, and I've also bought the some other adapters for the fast chargers. So I have just about every charger you can imagine, which is nice if you travel a lot. But really, if you're not traveling that much, and the only time you ever have to charge away from the house, like the superchargers, is usually if you're traveling like out of state. But usually if you stay in town, like this has the smallest battery pack, and it has very low range. It's only 240 miles of range, and I still can get away with basically just charging at home. The only time I have to supercharge is if I forget to charge. And then what's nice is if you upgrade and get the Tesla home charger, I mean, you're charging close to 40 miles an hour. So even if you forget, you can turn your charger on, and within an hour you can have almost 40 miles. So it's really, it gives you more options. And if you make a mistake and forget to charge, what's nice is on the app, you can, like if you're away from the house or you're not somewhere where you can physically touch the car, as long as you're plugged in, you can just turn the car on. By the time, like sometimes I'm not always home or I'm away at work, I'm like, oh man, I forgot to charge the car. I have to go out of town this weekend. I'll just get on the Tesla app, hit charge, and usually by the time I get off work, it's going to be fully charged, or at least charged up enough to where I can get where I need to go. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. I've been driving electric cars for 6 or 7 years. Been driving a Tesla for almost 2 years. I've installed all my own chargers, EV chargers. I've went from level 1, level 2, level 3. I've installed the Tesla wall charger. I've installed a lot of dryer outlets. I was an electrician for 5 years, so I had a basic knowledge of installing 220 outlets. And with a little knowledge, I think almost anybody can do it. And it's pretty inexpensive. If you can't afford a Tesla wall charger, I do recommend at least getting a dryer outlet or sharing a dryer outlet, because it boosts your charging speed immensely. If you can afford and you have the availability of getting a Tesla wall charger, I do recommend that as well, because it doubles again your rate of charge. So anyway, I just thought I would explain that to you guys. I know a lot of people are confused about charging, and they think it's super expensive. You can basically charge from a regular outlet and get by, but as you upgrade, it just increases your options, increases your it lessens the charge time. So basically you can not have to charge as long. Pretty simple. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.